What's going on, all my toy collectors and turtle fans out there? It's your boy Ox, and on this week's episode of Throwback Thursday, we're going all the way back 65 million years to take a look at the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dino Turtles. So stay tuned as we take an up-close look at some of these rare and extremely expensive prehistoric figures that I have here in the Cave of Wonders. Stay tuned.
Evolution reared its terrifying dino head, and with Stego Wrath, Pterodon, Tricera Mike, and Ankly Leo's help, Dino Shredder's about to face total extinction. New Dino Turtles.
Alright, now here's all 5 of the figures that's in that Dino Turtles line from 1997. Let's start off with Tricera Mike right here. Let's actually start off with his weapons. He comes with 3 weapons. This one right here is his nunchucks, like bone nunchucks. As you can see, it's like a bone claw on each side and then the chain in the middle right there. And then taking a look at the weapons that I have inside of his hands. Now, these weapons do come out, but the plastic is so hard in the hands that it's really hard to get the weapons in, and sometimes it can scratch the paint on the weapons. And these figures are really rare and extremely expensive for me to try and replace. But right here in his hand, you can see he has a Triceratops mace or a hammer of some kind. And then right here, he has some kind of it's a sword, but it looks like a spine of one of the other dinosaurs or something like that. Now, all of these figures have like a gloss paint on them, so it might be kind of hard to see with my light on, and they all only have about 5 points of articulation unless they have a tail, and the tail just helps them stand up. It moves up and down, but it's not like an action feature or nothing like that, really. So, and as you can see, he has the Michelangelo belt on. The legs just go up and down. They have to be in one pose in order to keep him standing, though, because if you move him anywhere else, then he'll just tip over. So, and taking a look at his horns right there and his mask, all the texture inside of his arms. Man, Playmates did a really good job at all of the detail that they did on their turtles for being so old. From these turtles being so old from back in the day, it's really cool how much a toy company really cared about how much work and sculpting they put inside their figures. And as you can see right here, he has a claw on his hand right here, and it doesn't come off. At least not that I'm aware of, it doesn't come off. And then he has one action feature. There's a button back here, and if you push that button, his hands fly up in the air. Like, boom, just like that, yep. And they drop back down. Let's do it again. Boom. Now he could either, hit Shredder or, throw something in his hands. But yeah, that right there is an up-close look at Tricera Mike. All right, now let's take a look at Ankly Leo right here. Starting off with one of his weapons. He comes with 3 of them. This right here is one of his staffs or something like that. It's obviously bone. All these turtles are meant to be back in the prehistoric time, obviously, so all their weapons are going to be some kind of bone or something from back in the day, back in the dinosaur times. And taking a look at him, you can see he comes with a sword. It's made of bone as well. Really cool. Obviously, it's all one solid color, but you can see all the sculpting right there. It looks like he has some kind of wrap in on it and stuff like that, right around the handle part. And then this right here is another mace he has. It has spikes on it and stuff. And yeah, man, that right there is an up-close look at Ankly Leo. And yeah, all the same kind of sculpt work, all the lines in the legs, just like you've seen with Tricera Leo, or Tricera Mike, I'm sorry. And then his tail, it doesn't rotate or do anything. It looks like it does. It might, but man, I ain't going to be pushing it to try and get it to do anything because I don't want to break my figure. But yeah, all the same 5 points of articulation. Head moves back and forth. Arm moves up and down. Legs move back and forth. And then he has an action feature as well. There's a button right back here that you push and his arms come down. And if you have the sword in his hand or the mace, you just push that button and boom, chop you right up. Ah, my finger. Ah, just joking. But yeah, man, that's that right there is Ankly Leo, man. Gosh, look at that. Look at his face. Look at the horns. All the spikes on the back of him right here. I like how they picked a dinosaur for each one of these characters, man, and went through with it. I really like how that looks, man. So, all right, let's move on to Pterodon Mike. He also has 3 weapons as well. Actually, all these figures have 3 weapons, except for Stego Leo. He actually has 4. But let's take a look at his axe right here. This is Donnie's axe. Like I said, obviously it looks like a spine and some kind of like bone or rock right here. But yep, that's his axe. And now taking a look at him, he is actually one of my favorites besides Dino Shredder. I really like how he looks. And right here he has a claw mace or something like that, or staff. But I really like all the claws right there. And like I said, it's all one solid color, but you can see all the details in it and stuff like that that they put into it. All the little wrapping right here. And then this right here, I don't know what it is. Some kind of knife hook. You'd think this would have been with Raphael with how it looks like a sai. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool how it fits inside of his hands. And then all the same kind of articulation. He actually has a big swivelly tail. It does swivel around right here. And then he has these huge wings that do flap back and forth. Now, I notice a lot of people who end up having this turtle either don't have the wings or the wings are broken. So I'm always really careful with this. But so far, mine doesn't have any kind of issues. And yeah, man, I love this figure. This is one of my favorite ones, man. He looks just like a pterodactyl. So, you know, there's an up close look at his face. And he also has an action feature right here. You push this button. Sorry, right there. You push that button. And his arm comes down like that. Let me go ahead and do that again. You push this button right back here. Boom, and his arms come down. There's the button right there, yep. And like I said, his wings can open and close, you know, kind of like a giant gargoyle, man. But yeah, he looks really cool. I'm really excited that I got this figure. And let's move on to Stego Raph. First, let's take a look at the two weapons that he doesn't have in his hands. He actually has two of these right here. It's like a claw. So these are meant to be his size. And man, it's really cool. Take a look at that. See the little claws right there? There's a claw at the end. Now, like I said earlier, their hands are really, really hard plastic. So trying to fit these in and out of their hands, it ends up scratching the paint on either the hands or the weapons. And I don't want to do that. And I have not a clue really what this is. It's some kind of bone or something, or yeah, I don't really know exactly what this is, but it's a weapon. He uses it for something. So, but yeah, that's an up close look at that. And now let's look at Stego Raph. There's his other claw, his other side basically right there. And then he has a mace, and you can see it has blades on it right here, like some kind of rock blades. And like I said, they're all a different brightness of color basically. So as you can see, Tricera Mike isn't the same green as Stego Raph. He's darker and he's a little bit lighter. I like how they did that, because they actually did that back in the day with most of the Playmates turtles. They didn't make them all the same color. And you know, it added some style to each one of them. Didn't make them all just seem like you had the same toy. But yep, you can see he has the Raph belt on right there. The wraps around his feet. And obviously he's you know, a stegosaurus, so his tail doesn't really move around just a little bit, but it's just meant to stabilize, to keep him standing up. And as you can see, there's a button for his action feature right there. And these are all of his little what is it, like spikes or whatever on the back of his shell, just like a stegosaurus. And his action feature, if you push this, see what happens. Hold on, I think I gotta push his arms down. There we go. Push that. And they flop up. There you go. And that right there is an up close look at Stego Raph. There he is. Sorry, man. I just love these figures, man. So I got to give them all the love that I can. Now taking a look at the big bad guy, Dino Shredder. Let's start off by looking at his mace right here. There he is. He holds it and swings it and knocks these turtles to the wall, man. There's that. And then he also comes with two other ones. And I'm going to pop these out of his hand, because this is really cool. I really like this. Just like a T-Rex right there. The bone. The sharp part at the end right there. Look at that face. Can you guys see that? There you go. Look at the teeth. Yeah, this is really cool, man. I love the detail, man. Playmates, man, they used to go all out, man. I love what they do, man. I love what they did, you know. So, and this right here is Dino Shredder. And here's the axe right here. Now, this is the exact same axe that comes with Pterodon. So, as you can see, yep, it's the exact same one. And yeah, man, take a look at him. Gosh, it's crazy how expensive these figures are now. I mean, back at KB Toys, these things were like on clearance for like $3, I think. So, but yep. And this is his tail. His tail does go up and down. It's meant just to, it doesn't swing around or do anything. It's just meant to keep him stabilized. Like I said, all the same articulation. If you move his leg any kind of way, he's not going to be able to stand up. So his arms do go up and down, and his jaw does move. So it does open, it does close. Right now it's open, so I'm gonna let you guys take a look at his eyes. And man, I like the way he looks. It kind of reminds me of a Shark Tooth from Land Before Time, and how his helmet looks just like the Shredder. Man, that's really cool. And then he has a claw right here. This claw doesn't come out of his hand. So let's see if we can get this weapon out. There we go. Man, yeah, I just love these figures, man. I love the detail. That right there is the action feature. I'll show you what that does in a second. There you go. Now his mouth is open, and if you push this button, Shark Tooth! No, just joking. This Dino Shredder, this Dino Shredder right here. But yep, you just push that button, and he snaps. Now, I've seen a lot of these figures on eBay and stuff like that that are, you know, missing the jaw, missing the tail, something broke on them. So, man, it's, you know, I'm just really lucky that I have these figures in my collection, because I know they're really hard to get a hold of now. So, but yeah, man, that right there is an up-close look at Dino Shredder. Now, stand up there, buddy. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Throwback Thursday look at all these old Dino Turtles. If you enjoy my content, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. And I'm going to be pouring out some more videos, some more of the treasures that I have here in the Cave of Wonders, guys. Stay cool, man.